Your first day with the Blades in Ireland begins in Shannon. Located in County Clare, Ireland, the Shannon Airport boasts the longest runway in Ireland and is reserved for the space shuttle. It was also the world's first duty-free international airport. Your first stop will be the majestic Cliffs of Moher. You may recognize these iconic vistas from their memorable moments in film. They were a featured part of Harry Potter's hunt for Voldemort's horcruxes, and were none other than the Cliffs of Insanity in The Princess Bride.
See? The Cliffs of Insanity!
Located at the southwestern edge of the Burren region, the Cliffs of Moher are over 8.5 miles long and reach just over 700 feet at their highest point. They were originally named Mothar Moher, an old fort on the southern cliffs, which was demolished in 1808 and rebuilt as Moher Tower. This was to serve as a key lookout against the French during the Napoleonic Wars. Since it is one of the most popular tourist destinations on the Emerald Isle, guests have several options to experience the cliffs. Well, aside from the visitor center, of course. You can walk the 11-mile Cliffs of Moher coastal walk, or traverse the official path near the visitor center. More daring guests can also check out the unofficial path nearby and much closer to the cliff. Often referred to as the Cliff Walk, it is sometimes closed due to threat of tourist falls or rock slides. The musical blades do not endorse the use of unofficial paths, nor are they responsible for possible tumbles to the death into any body of water. Next, you'll travel to Pulnabrone Dolmen, which translates to Hole of the Kernstones. Kernstones were once used for hand grinding a number of objects. Can you think of any objects that you'd need a kernstone to grind? I can. Take 5 seconds to think about what you might grind. Can you think of anything? That's okay, you can still come to Ireland. A dolmen is a portal tomb, and Pulnabrone is one of 172 across Ireland. No one knows who built the dolmens, but they date back to the Neolithic period, likely 4200 to 2900 BC. In ancient times, hundreds of years before the dawn of history, lived a strange race of people, the Druids. No one knows who they were or what they were doing, but their legacy remains, hewn into the living rock of Stonehenge. The Musical Blades would like to remind everyone that Stonehenge is 100% definitely not on Ireland, so please don't anticipate having to ward off any hooded tree spirits that commune with nature and may or may not be able to transform into a bear. Historians believe Pulnabrone served as the final resting place for an elite class. However, they were only interred after they had been allowed to decompose and honor somewhere else or were ceremonially cremated. None of the remains discovered here were intact, and most showed damage or scorch marks. Pulnabrone Dolmen served as a ceremonial and territorial marker until well into the Bronze Age. You'll end your day at Bunriddy, visiting the folk park and castle. Bunriddy Castle is actually the 4th castle on the lands, after a series of battles, wars, and usurpings worth of a Monty Python skit.
But I've built it all the same, just to show 'em. It sank into the swamp, so I built a second one. That sank into the swamp, so I built a third one. That burned down, fell over, then sank into the swamp, but the 4th one stayed up.
The surrounding Bunriddy Folk Park is an open-air museum featuring 30 buildings. Among these is the Ardcrene Church of Ireland, which was relocated here in the 1990s. Bunriddy means basin of the Riddy River, which flows nearby into the Shannon estuary. After a night spent in the Bunriddy Castle Hotel on the castle lands, you'll be swept away to your second day on the Emerald Isle in Limerick.